Okay, we are back. This is game 5 of Paris's Rabble Round Robin 2022 tournament. It is on, it's Flag Rally on Barbarian Valley Dark. Let us see what happens. All right, so the first thing you'll notice is that we have now upgraded to 6 versus 6. We have Team Walter Wight with Vinarian, Jahral, HMP, Father Xmas, and Paris versus Team Kryptos with Shad, Lord Scary Owl, Killer King, Wings, and Overdose. So I believe the new players, well, I guess Vinarian is a returning player as well as Kryptos, and that accounts for the 12 soldiers. So what do you think about these teams, Walter?
I think that they're relatively even. I always will say if I have HMP on my team, I'm pretty much like in a very good place. Like, I won't say that if I have Paris on my team. I won't say that if I have LSO on my team, but I will say that with HMP.
Man,
And
how much did HMP pay you? I really just don't know, man. Like,
I gotta give him a lot of credit. He's the stud. He's the GOAT. He is. He's. I it. I'm not even gonna go there. But regardless, no, our team had HMP on the team, which was a really really good way to start. I, it's hard to figure exactly, but you kind of know as a cap how you need to trade.
okay, well you heard it here first. Walter White thinks HMP the greatest of all time. Anyway, what do you think about these trades? We got
I said
Kryptos with.
GOAT. That doesn't mean what it stands for.
Oh, you think he's a farm animal then?
Yes. Well, I said no, not. It stands for something. We'll find out because he kind of didn't do his due diligence here, as you'll find out. But it was really a good game.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, these are relatively even trades, right? I don't notice any glaring differences between the teams. Perhaps some more or some you chose some more soulless, and Kryptos chose a few more mauls. It looks like, but
Game on.
yeah, I mean we have 8 fetch on each side or 6 fetch on each side. It looks like
Which I guess the interesting thing would be to watch the Soulless.
yeah. I
The
mean
Soulless end up helping in a way that like Moles might not be able to. They can't pass, so Moles like can't go up terrain and things, which Souls can, and it's an interesting dynamic as the game progresses.
yes. Are you done? Yes. Are you still there?
Yes. Oh no,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay. Yeah. So we have.
Sorry.
Let me just talk
Flag
a little about the unit
captured.
distribution. So we have Paris with the fetch. No surprise there. Who's got the soulless Jahral Toad with a handful of
Flag
soulless. Walter White
captured.
with the other handful of soulless.
Flag
On the other
captured.
side, we have Lord Scary Owl
Flag
with the
captured.
3 trow. Uh, Wings, it appears, is manning all of the soulless. And let me stop it right here. Let's see the unit uh, dispersions. Who is this? Vinarian, it appears, is going to hold down the south. I mean, this is really just sort of a middle battle. I don't, even though it's flag rally, we don't really see that many side action. It's really just going to come down to the middle, I think. What do you see, Walter?
So as a cap, I see a few different things, but I don't necessarily want to say what I see.
Well, okay. Well, you could have just said no. You don't have anything to say. Do you have anything to say?
No, I
Okay.
don't have.
Okay. Good.
No, no, I won't even say. No, I don't.
All right. Well, then let's get going here. Yeah, I guess I'll just focus on the middle because that's where all the action seems to be again. We have Lord Scary Owl
Flag
doing a little bit
captured.
of taunting. Always encouraged. But yeah, I think I would comment that having the Solus kind of in the middle is a little bit less than optimal. But
Flag captured.
yeah, I don't
That
know.
was a
Flag
big
captured.
problem for her, you guys.
Flag captured.
But yeah, again, I'm World War IIing with a Dwarven mortar. I got a bunch of mauls, but I think they're more or less irrelevant in this game. So I'm just World War IIing. That's what I do.
Well,
I,
it's interesting that you do
I
put
should
the
have
points
blasted
in
you
that
there. I don't
same
I don't know. I
perspective.
can't believe I missed that shot. I'm a complete idiot, but at least Wings got
But I
you.
think that that's interesting as a World War IIer, and I think that that's an amazing perception. Is that yeah, like you tend to think about it, and that's how I think about World War II, and that's why I get kind of messed up in World War II. Is when I think about units in terms of unit points. It's like, oh well, that should be this, so
Flag
hypothetically, it should equate to this, and it is almost like painful when that unit does not, you know?
Yeah, well, all I know is Kryptos is walking right next to the this cliff over here, getting completely blasted, getting completely killed by you. I don't know if you actually dealt the death blow, but you definitely
I did.
shot
I
the.
was actually like specifically killing you guys.
Okay, well, I mean, you could definitely.
Because as Cap, I tend to like. So this is also one of my major problems. Is if I cap, then I'm not actually a reg player. So I'm not actually killing. I am more trying to like make sure that people don't fuck up.
Well, I mean, I don't really see you chatting. How do you ensure that doesn't happen without texting people or in the chat?
Point.
Do you have some kind of psychic connection to them, or were you guys on voice chat?
Flag
Or do you just
captured.
take people's units? That's also another option.
It's more so that.
Oh, okay. I can't believe I'm so bad with these.
It's more so that like if a unit is in trouble, I will take control of it, but I won't let them know that I'm helping them win.
Well, some people would argue that is bad etiquette. But again, maybe
Yeah,
that's just what
but
regular
only
Myth
when it
players do.
fucks them up.
Flag
They'll only argue
Victory
it's bad
imminent.
etiquette if they lose.
Flag captured. Victory imminent.
Yeah, we got some nice language from Shad. I don't know what he was talking about.
5 minutes remaining.
It's fun to like watch a specific unit in Myth.
I mean, I'm watching myself.
I know, and it's angering in that regard as well. Like you're like,
Because I just
oh
blasted your ass right there? Is that what you're saying?
no, it's fun to like to attribute it to one player.
Well. But yeah, I mean, I was kicking some butt. HMP ends
You
the show
really
right
kicked
there.
butt for
And then,
sure.
these malls are kind of useless, so I don't know.
Well, we get to move on to your next map that you get to have a lot of fun with.
No, I think there's one more game, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, just couldn't pull this one off. I don't know what is happening up here because this is where the game ends. We have Kryptos. Unfortunately, there's not much he can do in this situation. He's just going to get
Well,
javelin to
no. So
death.
technically, if you guys had stood longer, you had like a, you had like 30 seconds, and you could have maybe taken that East flag. But it was very close, and it honestly wasn't even worth parsing hairs. It was like it was better for him to walk off.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, I'll go back to the sort of the 1 minute stop at 9 minutes. I mean, we didn't really have any kind of attempts at capturing the side flags. It was all we just kind of all went to the middle, which seems to be the prevailing strategy for this map. But
Well, and keep in mind that that is a retarded strategy that Paris kind of keeps in up. Like that's what lost that other map. Uh, you send all your units there and then kind of try to figure it out. That's not a good thing. Actually, like a better strat, and that's why Nick Lee, Ice Cream Boys, or whatever we've been have done so well.
oh
Has
wow,
been
you forgot our name. That is insulting, ladies and gentlemen. It is on the record. Walter Wight forgets the name of Team Ice Cream. Just you hate to hear it. You absolutely hate to hear it, especially from the person who was basically the captain of that team, even though Spy was probably the official captain. We all know who was pulling the strings, so you just hate to hear it. Anyway,
what a
so if
dick.
if we're talking about Paris's deficiencies, I will counter that by saying that once again he did get the most damage on your team, and as well as the most kills. He had a pretty good game. HMP, your favorite myth player, evidently, also had a pretty solid game. And
This seems like a very a targeted, angry podcast. What are you going for, Mister Overdose?
Maybe it's just because I feel like I've lost what maybe 3 games in a row or something, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's always more fun.
but why? It seems like you're ruining even Spy's legacy.
Well, Spy's legacy, I didn't say anything bad about him. I said that he was
No,
the
no,
captain of Team Ice Cream.
well, he was not. I guess technically, no, he was not.
So you're saying the team wasn't named after him? You're saying that he is not the one who consumes the most ice cream?
Spy. Hmm, consumed. I think that would be empty.
He definitely consumes the most pork. That for sure I know, but I don't know about ice
And the
cream.
most ice cream. I
I mean,
think
Spy sent me a picture of at least like this 10 quarts or not quarts, 10 pints of ice cream in his freezer, and it was if I didn't know that he was like a professional bike instructor, I would have assumed that he was on the quick road to diabetes, but hopefully that's not the case. But
that is true, actually. No, I think that he sent me some pretty adulterating photos of food. You know, like
yeah, yeah,
like things that's too much food for a single person. But no, Spy can do it because he's doing it. But
yeah,
I get you. But on the other end of it, no,
yeah, and
not about food. And Team Ice Cream was equally part of both of us. So don't try to rope him into this.
anyway, let's talk about the losing team. We see.
Of this particular map, we can re-record this. I'm willing to go on record about all this, but holy shit.
Yeah, so we can see that Shad leading the team in damage. Obviously, a good output from him. Overdose, I just got lucky with a
Best
Dwarven Mortar.
captain of all time. Also, we saw for me.
Yeah, and then Lord Scary Owl with the three trow. It's no surprise that he got a bunch of damage as well. Kryptos, unfortunately, 14 damage off 25 losses. That is definitely not a Kryptosian performance. Maybe he just needs to warm up a little more.
And maybe like if he could take one of the Tro off LSO, like that would be cool, like that would have been nice. Like, dude, I'm Crip. Just give me a Tro. LSO's like, no, 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 I got this, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's optimal to split up the trow 2 to 1 or amongst three people. I think it's probably best to keep them together. So I don't really know. I mean, I would have said
So you'd keep it with LSO. Okay, yeah, because so Crip, Overdose, Shad, and Killer King should never run a Tro.
well, I mean, I would have given all three to one of those players. I know that Shad
Yeah,
is
no, and we all give it to Shad. Shad.
Yeah, I mean, I would have, if I were captain, I probably would have given the Trout to Shad or
That's fun,
LSO. I don't really have a preference. I know they're both really good players.
fun,
And
fun,
then,
fun.
and then the fetch, what either the person that I didn't give the Trout to, give the fetch to. I mean, Kryptos is a World War II player, so maybe he would be good at fetch. I don't know. He might be good with a Dwarven Mortar. Who knows?
What have you though? That'll be interesting. We will see.
Sorry, what did I can't hear you sometimes. What did you say?
No, it was very obvious. I said, would have you? Can you not hear me? Would have
So
you?
so do you have anything else to say for this game? Is that a no?
Well, I no. Well, actually, if we can actually hit OK,
Okay.
Game over.
and then scroll down over to the far right flag, then I would have.
Okay.